Who would win in a fight between Nathan Drake and the Steve from Minecraft?
The Steve!
Who's the Steve?
This is Versus, the GameSpot show that pits your favorite games, consoles, franchises, and hot button issues against each other. This week, PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One in the battle of the better exclusives. Fighting for PlayStation is Oscar Dayus, who moved from Bristol to London in 2016 and only just brought his Xbox One over. On the flip side, he does like to pretend he's James Bond with PlayStation peripherals. And making the case for Microsoft's console is the Xbox One X owning, Xbox Live surfing, Major Nelson fangirl Lucy, who even has a custom Xbox One controller styled after D.Va from Overwatch. Each are going to argue their corner for their console over the course of 3 randomly picked topics, with the overall winner being decided by you, the wonderful viewers. Last week, Oscar Dayus and Rainbow Six Siege won with 72% of the votes. We're going to be throwing up a clickable poll right here on YouTube, or if you're watching over on GameSpot.com, let us know who you think has won the debate in the comments section below. But before we get into it, if you're wondering why Spider-Man and Spyro aren't featured more heavily in the arguments, it's because this episode was shot before both games were confirmed to be launching in 2018, and our resident clairvoyant was on holiday during the shoot, so we weren't 100% confident they'd be out on time. With that out of the way, let's get into it.
Hello, Oscar.
Hello, Lucy.
That looks like a very impractical mug.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a really convenient mug that's got a really
there is a
good...
lip to stop things coming out.
Yeah. I need a safety mug.
Well, I'm glad you came to that
I'm glad
conclusion
you've got
on
a
your own.
nice pink controller there.
Thank you.
Classic colour of Xbox.
Well, the green is. No, I custom designed that after my favourite Overwatch character, D.Va. I'm going to pick the first topic. Races. Xbox is clearly the best place for racing fans because within one series, you have a series of games for the hardcore, for the petrol heads, so that's Forza. Then you also have Forza Horizon, which is for me, for like the casual fans, it's more arcadey. It has this through line of, you know, it's like a music festival, man. You're going through Australia and you've got these banging tunes and you can just sort of race against your mates. You can also play with your friends even when they're not online because you've got your drivatar thing.
I mean, and let's face it, they're not going to be online because it's Xbox. And
What?
all of those experiences that you've just mentioned there, PlayStation has as well. I mean, for the casual fan, I mean, I would probably class myself as a more casual end of the spectrum in terms of racers. I really enjoyed Drive Club. And for the people who weren't sure about whether they were going to enjoy that, there was also the PS Plus edition as well. But then, like you say, with Forza, you've got the game that really originally perfected the hardcore racer in Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo Sport is now on PS4, which...
Was that a good game though?
I mean, yes.
Was it?
Yes. It was, I mean, as all Gran Turismo games have been for years now, it really nailed the hardcore aspect of races. And if you're someone who really gets excited about the nuts and bolts, literally, of cars, then you can play Gran Turismo Sport. So I think clearly PS4 wins this one.
No, I wouldn't say that they do because Forza is such an ingrained part of car culture now. And like a bunch of my friends who are petrol heads will always choose Forza because of that, because of how realistic they feel. And also when they announced Forza 7 with the Xbox One X and they had made all of those graphical updates, it's literally like every aspect of realism they can get on those games, they go for.
That is my problem with Forza now, is that there's been so many of them that I'm
But the thing is, there have been
completely,
so
I've
many,
switched off.
but there hasn't been a drop in quality. In fact, they just get better.
But is there any meaningful improvement each time? Because they come out so regularly.
You buy FIFA every year, so you cannot use this as an argument because you essentially buy the same game every year.
Hang on a minute. Since when was FIFA a racing game?
No, but that's your argument though. Your argument is there are too many Forzas and they come out every year. You spend all of your time playing FIFA and PES, which operate on a very similar model. Whereas with Forza, they do 1 year, like arcadey, 1 year simulation.
I actually spend all my time playing Drive Club and Gran Turismo Sport, Lucy. I would appreciate it if you got that right.
I'm friends with you on PSN, no you don't.
810, oh no, it's 2018. Clearly, PlayStation 4 is going to have a better 2018, and is already having a better 2018. The year kicked off in an excellent fashion with Shadow of the Colossus. For all the weebs out there, you got Yakuza 6, I'll be honest. I'll be honest, I'm not a Yakuza fan, but loads of people do love it, and fair enough. You've got Detroit Become Human, which, I mean, Heavy Rain was a really genuinely great bit of storytelling. And I mean that, no, genuinely, I did.
No, like, I've played some of Detroit, and I think I could get into it, but Heavy Rain constantly being lauded as this incredible piece of storytelling.
You've got Spider-Man for all the comic book fans out there, of which I am one.
No, you're not.
That open world looks really incredible. And like Insomniac have proven in the past that they can make amazing games in Spider-Man.
Oh, like Sunset Overdrive on the Xbox One.
And then to top it all off, you've got God of War.
Coming out very soon.
Very soon. And like that, I've never actually been interested in God of War before, but this God of War has got me really interested. The combat looks so satisfying, and that's something that I wasn't really clicking with in previous God of War games, but this one, they've clearly taken cues from The Last of Us, which is one of my favorite games of all time, and that's got me really interested. And therefore, I think PS4 is the best place to play in 2018.
All right, Andrew House. It's the best place to play. So the thing about this is, like, I don't want to say that, oh, those games are shit, blah, 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 because they're not, they're great. But the thing is, Xbox also has a very good run on 2018, and we haven't even had E3 yet, so we don't even know if they're going to announce stuff and release it very soon. But coming into 2018, you have things like Sea of Thieves, which we've played, and it's a ton of fun, and it's so refreshing for a multiplayer game. Is, you know, not only are pirate games few and far between these days, but actually getting together as a crew, and it's a great return to form for Rare. Sure, it might be light in content, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's like this game where you create your own stories. So not only that, you have games like Crackdown 3 with Terry Crews.
Oh, that's finally coming out, is it?
You have State of Decay 2, like survival horror-y, shootery game. You have Ashen, which, like you were saying that Shadow of the Colossus, Ashen basically looks and feels to me like Dark Souls meets Eco meets Shadow of the Colossus. You've got Black Desert Online, which is an MMO. Like, MMOs on console, that is cool, man. It's like this whole subsection, this whole genre of games that have so rarely been on console, apart from like Final Fantasy XIV. And it's just this wide breadth of games from all different angles. MMO, platformer, battle royale. That's what Xbox is giving this year. They're giving tons of different types of games for different people.
I mean, take those three genres that you mentioned there. What was it? MMO, platformer,
They were mere examples.
battle royale. Battle royale, PUBG, yeah, great. That's
PUBG,
like platform
Xbox.
exclusive. Yeah, they're cracking. Well done. That was last year for a start. But I mean, PUBG is dead. Everyone's playing Fortnite now, and that's across all platforms. So you can't stand on that leg. MMO, the biggest MMO of this generation, in my opinion at least, is Destiny and Destiny 2. And
I mean,
both
that's
of those.
a shared world shooter, though. That's not.
It's an MMO.
It's
come on now.
MMO-esque.
Okay, MMO-esque. We'll call it that to satisfy you. And those games have exclusive content on PS4. So
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about exclusive games that are coming out in 2018. These are new games. These are exciting games that are coming out on Xbox.
You've got the Spyro Trilogy coming out later this year, hopefully.
It hasn't been announced! Like, you can't keep coming back to the bloody Spyro Trilogy.
I really want Spyro Trilogy.
I know
man.
you do, but that's not how.
This is just my plea to Activision to make it happen.
Shooters. I don't know if you heard about Halo. Halo, man! Like, it is the daddy of console shooters. It's made some missteps. I'm not gonna deny that in recent years. But you can't deny the impact that Halo has had and continues to have in the world of video games. They've released the Master Chief Collection, and sure, it had some problems at launch, but it's still showing that Microsoft and 343 are pouring love and energy into these games, and they want to bring those old games that so many people loved to modern day consoles. People might not have a 360 or an original Xbox to play it. First person shooters, you got that sorted. Third person, Gears of War, baby. Baby. No, I mean, Gears, for my money, I really, really enjoyed it. And not only did it feel visceral, God, I hate that word. But like, you know, it just felt crunchy, it felt good to play, and it looks incredible now that it's on Xbox One. You've got things like Deep Rock Galactic, you have PUBG. I mean, so not only do they have the big names, but with ID Xbox, for example, as well, they're also supporting upcoming shooters.
I agree that Halo probably was the granddaddy of console shooters, but the fact is, the big boy now on console in terms of the shooters is Call of Duty. And in Call of Duty, you get all the map packs first on PS4. So if you're a Call of Duty fan, if you're a shooter fan, likely it is you're playing Call of Duty, And if you're playing Call of Duty, the best place to play that is on PS4 because not only is that going to be where all of your friends are playing, but also you get those map packs a month early, so you're not going to be behind the times.
That is completely fair. But third-party timed exclusives, is that the only leg you have to stand on?
I mean, no, of course not. You brought in third-person shooters as well, right? You brought in Gears of War. Fine, yeah, Gears of War is a really good series, but it's nothing compared to Uncharted. And now you've got the entire Uncharted collection on PS4, tightened up better than they were on PS3. And let me remind you that the first Uncharted was okay. It was good. Uncharted 2 is one of the best games ever made. Uncharted 3, I really, really enjoyed. Uncharted 4 is absolutely amazing, and Uncharted Lost Legacy was a really good, it was like a bonus Uncharted.
Riddle me this. Do you play Uncharted because of the shooting?
Yes, I do, yeah. Unlucky!
Jesus Christ, the only person in the world who maybe does. Those games are great, but honestly, they are not good shooters. You play Uncharted for the story. You play Uncharted for Nathan Drake and his wisecracking. You play for Chloe. You play for Sully. You play for these big, huge action set pieces that you can be a part of. It's like playing a movie, right? That's the whole thing they were going for. They got it almost right in 4 and The Lost Legacy. That's the best it's ever been. Mm-hmm. But to say that coming out of the gate, the greatest shooter I have on PS4 is Uncharted is frankly ridiculous. Right, what other shooters do you have?
Killzone. This year, Bravo Team, a VR shooter. Have you got any VR shooters on Xbox?
Bravo Team was bad, man.
Yeah, but for people who want to play a VR shooter,
Bravo,
you've lost, haven't you? You've
no,
run out of things to talk
your
about.
Argument
you're trying to go down this alley, you're trying to go down that avenue, they're all blocked off. There's roadworks on every road loose.
Quantity over quality.
No, quality as well.
Because otherwise you would not bring up Bravo Team unless you were absolutely scraping the barrel, because that game, by all accounts...
Hang on a minute. You've come at me with PUBG, which is an absolute mess on Xbox right now. It is a mess. Have you tried playing it on Xbox? On PC, cracking, great game.
Have you played it since the update?
Yes, I have, yeah. No, I haven't.
Absolute weapon.
All right, enough of their jibber jabber. Let us know your thoughts on who you think won the debate by voting in the above poll, or if you're over on GameSpot.com by putting your thoughts in the comment section below. It'll be your votes that decides who wins, so make yourselves heard. Before we round out the show, we've got the quickfire round. The plucky pair will now answer a series of dumb questions written by the rest of the UK team. Naturally, Oscar and Lucy haven't seen any of these, so it should be fun.
All right, let's do it.
Ladies first, is it?
Yeah, but men just before. Which console exclusive character would you take home to meet your parents?
Ooh.
Aloy, I think.
What, so she can bore them to death?
I mean, nah, she's just gonna say she's well fit.
Which console is the most aerodynamic? Are you all right, Mace?
PS4. PS4, definitely.
No, mate. Xbox One X is
It's a brick.
Xbox One X.
It's still a brick. It just happens to be a little bit smaller than the OG brick.
It's lighter than a Pro. It's way more
Hang on, the question was not which is lighter.
No,
the question was which is the most aerodynamic. Yeah. I'm going to test this out by getting a PS4 Slim and throwing it at your face.
Right. If your console was a fragrance, what would it smell like? Mine would smell like, the rough outdoors.
The rough outdoors?
Like freshly mown grass. Because when I think of Xbox, I think of like rough and...
Because it's green, isn't it?
I think of rough and tumble.
PS4 would smell like...
It
would smell like a really manly aftershave.
What about if a woman wanted to?
Then it would smell like a really womanly
aftershave.
Deodorant. Do an impression of your favourite mascot / character. Whoa!
Was that Crash Bandicoot hitting puberty? Will you stop knocking my controller off?
I'll do whatever I damn well want. Who would win in a fight between Nathan Drake and the Steve from Minecraft?
The Steve!
Who's the Steve?
Well, if he's got like diamond armor on, then I'm gonna have to go out on a limb here and say the Steve.
Yeah.
Remember to get your voice heard in our poll and in the comment section below, and tell us who you think argued their case better. And if you enjoyed this episode of Versus, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as we'll have new episodes of the show every Wednesday afternoon at 4 PM PT. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.